We're back, people, and today we're going to film on the Miami Dolphins running game, and I thought they looked very solid in this game, which is very important for the rest of the season. Getting the run game going and having these long, sustained drives, it will be very important. The later the season goes on, and also just being able to close out teams. You got to be able to do this stuff, and it was like a good sign to me for the offense's success for the rest of the year. I feel like the blocking was pretty good. The running game just hasn't been the same with some of the injuries on the offensive line. They're running some crack toss here, and crack toss hasn't been working as well, especially after the Achane injury. I think getting Achane back will even bring it to another level too. Hopefully he can stay healthy because he really gives you that big playability. I like, what Mostert and Wilson did in this game, but Achane is like that big difference maker, in my opinion, as a runner, and I feel they also were able to run down the middle of the Jets pretty well. They were able to do it in a bunch of different ways. I liked how McDaniel switched it up, but then stayed consistent with it, and they kept getting into at least third and short situations, which they were able to convert a decent amount of them. But just getting this crack toss going, good blocking up front, get angled down on 11 right here, which is the big thing. Everyone else get out in space. Good blocking by Smythe on the linebacker there, and it picks up just a nice 6-yard gain. Nothing too crazy, but just staying ahead of the sticks like this, making second down, third down more manageable is going to help out the offense so much. I do think going away from the crack toss a little bit can be helpful sometimes. I think the biggest thing is that they blocked it better in this game. You can tell they looked more comfortable up front. Everyone was doing their job pretty solidly. Smythe executes there. Angled executes. The only problem is 94 right here is able to beat Cotton around the edge. But I think if this is Mostert or Achane, that probably doesn't matter because his first step, is away and around. All you have to really do is slow him down a little bit. But since his first step's away from the toss here, I think if this was someone with a little more speed, Wilson, I wouldn't run with him too often because I think that's another back. They pick up at least 5-6 yards. It only ends up being like a 3-yard gain, but this stuff is still looking better. Blocked up front. I liked how Angled and Smythe played in this game, getting them more involved on the field. I feel like they were super important last year to this team's success, and they've had some good moments this year as well. But I feel like they've been banged up recently, and that's kind of another reason the running game has faltered a little bit over the last game stretch. And I think you get this run game going, it's going to help out Tua and the passing game so much. And I love this call. This is why I'm okay with running some of the crack toss stuff. You get that motion going, and it becomes like this lead wind back type of thing. McDaniel did a great job in this game with his different formations here, but you get them here. Good. I like getting some ISO, and then you motion the tight end across here. It look like you're trying to get everything to flow outside. Look at the effect it has on the linebackers. Everyone hard commits outside leverage to this side of the field, but it's more of a wind back toss here. The aiming point's completely different. It's basically turns into mid zone type of run. You fall off the back of your blocks. Wilson's able to hit up through that hole, pick up a nice 14-yard gain right there. Love this call. Really good blocking up front. Good double here from Williams and Eichenberg. Williams is able to get up, cut off CJ Mosley there as well. That's just a perfect combo. Everyone else does a pretty good job as well. Like this quick hitter here to Mostert. Almost has like a trap type of feel to it. Some pin pull concepts, and it allows Mostert just to get downhill, get vertical. That's where he's really good with it. Get his pads down, waste no time, fall forward, pick up 5 yards. That makes it third and manageable. This was a 2nd and 10. Pull some people across. They block down. Williams takes him out of the play. Pretty good stuff here. Mostert just getting vertical. I feel like that's where he's at his best. Sometimes they try to get him working too much sideways, and then he has to get vertical. I like when they allow him to get downhill. I think Achane getting back will give more of a horizontal element to the running game, which will then open up some other things too. Loved staying committed, getting Wilson out there, now allowing him to just get downhill. You can see him making a good read here, working, more of an inside zone on this. They love to use their motions, get some people out of the box. It takes 26 out of there. They work it out well. Good blocking up front here from Eichenberg. Cotton takes his guy down. Good job from Armstead as well. And now Wilson's just reading the leverage of his blocks. He's starting with 95 right here. Sees that he crosses the face of the left guard, so he works back down line of scrimmage. Next read is this defender. Press up into that, make that cut. Good efficient cuts right there. Another thing I think, as you'll see as the video goes on, the receivers came to block. I love the physicality that shows, and I know people talk about the Dolphins as a finesse team. I don't think the players are finesse at all. I feel like they're actually pretty physical. The receivers have been blocking all year long. I do think, they could be more nasty, but I feel like the O-line gives it their all as well. The running backs run hard. Angle that is out there destroying people. I think it's just the play calling and how explosive they are was like, it made them seem like more finesse than they actually were. But no, this team can be physical, and I think it's going to be a big part of the squad down the stretch of this season. Then we get the first touchdown run here from Raheem, working the motions out to this side of the field. Really just great blocking up front. Everything that they work here. This is like why skill position players are so important in blocking. Look at every skill position player. We're going to look at Julian Hill, Durham Smythe, and then Craycraft, who's off the screen here. They all do their job. They get the combo there. Smythe gets the combo. Start with Smythe. He gets the combo on 91, which then allows the right tackle to reach and win his block. Then he gets up to 57, gets a body on Mosley, slows him down long enough to where Mosley only is able to really get an arm tackle attempt on him. Hill explodes up through Sauce, widens him, absolutely destroys him out of there, and then he's able to work off the back. And then you have Craycraft working down on 0, who's able to crack him, take him out of the play. No chance to get there. Beautifully executed. Also good blocking by the offensive line. And then Mostert, when he gets that speed to get to the edge like this, and now he's able to get downhill, and he's able to maintain that momentum. He's a lot more difficult to tackle. Good balance, good strength, and then that obviously his acceleration to get there. Amazing play. Some more wind back toss, same exact call as earlier. Jets are able to play it a little bit better, but it's still like, I still love the concept of it. They beat their blocks this time, but there was still some room to work with there. Like, Connor gets beat initially to 94. Like, Eichenberg doesn't do him much better. This is where it gets beat this time. They're not able to get the combo down. He's able to split too quickly, and it's able to create some penetration. So Mostert has to cut too quickly right there. But if this person was blocked up a little bit better, there was so much room to work with down the middle of the field. Everyone still has their outside leverage. That guy is now able to come unblocked. This guy they leave unblocked would not have made a play on Mostert if it just was able to catch it and then get downhill right away. But he had to cut it back too much, which flows him into the help. But still, they gain a few yards, right there on that situation. You take it. Running the ball, still going to be big for the rest of this season. I'm super excited with the play calling of what McDaniel showed. Still, McDaniel needs to run the ball on 3rd and short more, which is definitely important, but I think this is a good sign. I love running some of this inside stuff, whether, it's inside zone, some power, some gap scheme stuff. They did literally some different stuff with Mostert this time. Working some combos here, allowing him to get downfield, work off the back of like Ingold as a blocker, and then get vertical. Definitely don't mind this. Look how he set this up. He slightly motion Smythe to the inside, which gets him a better angle to block 91. And now 56, take him on the hole, get downhill, get vertical, pick up 4 to 5 yards on first down. A DB has to come in and make the tackle. Everything else, could have been blocked up a tiny bit better. Tough ask because they're working a combo here, and Connor throws 95 out of the way, but then he has to climb a second level and cut off the DB, which is a tough ask. But if that happens, that has a pretty good shot to be a big play. Like, they're becoming very, very close to hitting some of these, and I really want to see what happens if Achane can come back fully healthy, because I think he is a very, very important missing piece. They did really do a great job of capturing the edge in this game. Some outside zone, just everything blocked up really, really nicely here. You pick up 7 yards. Really like the combo here. Eichenberg drops the shoulder into 70, which then allows Connor to reach, hook his guy. Eichenberg gets up to 57. Jackson sustains and really moves his guy down the line. He's able to peel off late. That's over already after they're like 4 or 5 yards down the field. Cedric blocks his guy. They cut off everything well on the backside. That's just really nice blocking. You pick up 7 yards on that 1st and 10. Just really, really, really nice stuff on some of the outside zone. I do like hitting those concepts for sure. Really just showing this 3-yard gain because it was on a 3rd and 2. They run some counter, thank God, and they pick it up. Pretty simple, like some zone counter type stuff where you pull a is that a receiver across? I think that might be Craycraft. But yeah, they pull a receiver who's lined up as a tight end across like that. Counter steps in the backfield, and everything just gets blocked up pretty nicely here. Winning that battle, good work from Keon Smith actually at verse 95. They get a little of a combo there from Connor absolutely dominating his block, driving 70 down the line of scrimmage. Great hand placement there, and then Mostert finishing. Got to do this stuff more consistently. Even if it doesn't work, you got to show this way more often than they actually do. And, getting a bunch of these run plays and not a lot of them going for just like 1 yard, just consistently getting 4, 5, 6, 7 yards, teams start to get tired out, and this allows you to close out games like this, running outside zone to Jeff Wilson. Everyone does their job, able to get this reach on 47 right there. Cedric even helping out a bit. That's Austin Jackson, I believe. Still, he hasn't been ejected yet, which, I mean, hey, good for him. Good cutoff on the backside by Keon Smith. I might do a breakdown of Keon Smith for this game because I actually saw some decent stuff out there from them. Because I know in the preseason I really liked him when I saw him at left tackle, but when he played guard, it was not pretty. But yeah, just good job by the O-line. Pretty decent game from Liam as well. Got to give him some credit, at least his run blocking. And Liam and Codden could have been, I think better, but they didn't really give up any pressures either. No sacks, which is I think a big positive thing for this team, because that was I feel like the biggest effect on their play calling was their guards. And Robert Hunt should be back next week. If I had to guess, he should be back, so that would be another big boost to the running game. Last play, they're going to break down the final touchdown from Raheem Mostert. They really just gashed him at the end. The first touchdown that I showed was towards the end of the game too. Mostert has that big playability. He's trying to decide, do I score here or not based on the situation. But just really excellent blocking. I love the flow of this play. Look at Craycraft come off screen too and cut off number 3. He's still the best blocking wide receiver on this team. And everyone else just does their job here. Get off the ball. They combo to this side. Liam able to get displaced a little bit, but he's still able to sustain and at least move his guy out of the way. Connor's able to cut up 56. Now he's just reading. Look how every single guy has crossed the face of their guy. They're not able to reach him, so now he's looking for the cutback lane. There's good vision, good understanding of the concept by Mostert. Now get vertical. Now that Kendall Lamb's able to get to his guy and slow him down long enough, verse 79, press up, read, sees that this guy's trying to peel back on it. He gives him that hesitation, and now Craycraft gets to number 3. This really good patience, allowing that to develop there from Mostert and the vision, and then he finishes, hits that hole, has that big playability. Excited to see what this offense looks like, because Mostert and Wilson, Mostert's been good all season long. I feel like Wilson is fresh, hasn't had much to do. He'll be a big part, I think, of giving a little physicality to that running game too, get downhill. And then having H-Hand back will be a huge difference. He is such a good player, and he gives a lot of explosiveness to this team. So if you guys want to video, make sure to comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.